Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Now we will be discussing the comprehension questions of unit number 4, that is from Mother with Love. The first question is, how is the theme of From Mother with Love a universal theme present in literature across all cultures? In this story, Zoe Sherburne has narrated a very emotional tale based on the theme of maternal love. This story very beautifully depicts the strong bond of love that exists between the mother and daughter. It also shows delicately the love of father and daughter and husband and wife. The main focus of this story, however, is the strong love of a mother and daughter. It is a universal theme and very commonly found in the literature across all cultures. Second question, comment on the plot of the story. The plot of a story is the sequence in which the events take place. In this story, we see the elements of plot, exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and then the resolution of the story. In the exposition, we are introduced to the character, setting, and tone of the story. Then the story is unfolded to us. We know the crisis with which the family of Hollis is faced. Then Minta's mother dies, making the story reach its climax. The events take a turn when we are told that the secret of illness which Minta and her father were hiding from her mother was known to her. In the final section of the story, we see Minta prepared to carry the burden of her mother's responsibilities. She has accepted her mother's death and is ready to face the realities and duties of life. Question number 3. Identify the narrator or speaker of the story. The speaker or narrator of the story appears to be a character outside the story. This is evident from the third person narrative, she, being used in the story. The use of third person narrative is considered to be the writer who is narrating the story. This use of third person narrative technique is also called omniscient point of view. It gives the writer an advantage to feel and express the inner thoughts of the characters. Therefore, in this story, the writer uses this technique of narration. Question number 4. Analyze and comment on the character of Minta. Minta's character is fully developed in this story. We see her undergo a complete transformation from a happy, carefree, immature teenager to a responsible and mature adult. Her mother's critical illness and then her death makes her realize the magnanimity of life and its responsibilities. She is ready to bear the burden of the responsibilities her mother has left for her. Question number 5. What is the conflict in the story? A well knitted story depends on the conflict. Without conflict, there is no excitement and suspense in the story. A story has an external conflict and internal conflict. External conflict is between the characters, and internal conflict goes on in the mind and heart of the character. This story has mainly the inner conflict. Minta is undergoing this conflict as she has to hide from her mother the seriousness of her illness. The burden of this secret becomes unbearable at times for her, and she is shown sobbing alone in her room. The next question, where does Minta's father take her to discuss her mother's illness? Minta's father takes her to the beach to collect clam chowder for lunch. There he discusses her mother's illness and tells her that she does not have much time left. She is suffering from a deadly disease and he tells her to keep this a secret from her mother. Question number 7. Which approach would you have preferred? Deception or honesty if you had to deal with similar circumstances like Minta's mother? Give reasons for your choice. I would have preferred deception as it is the best option to deal with in such circumstances. It is said that ignorance is a bliss. It is a wise action to conceal the facts from the patient as it will lessen the pain. If a patient knows his actual condition, then life becomes painful and impending death takes away the spirit of happiness from life. Question number 8. How did the vitamin pills become the symbol of responsibility? The vitamin pills were taken by Minta's father. Her mother had advised her before her death to give them to her father on time. After her mother's death, She keeps the bottle of vitamins in view so that she doesn't forget to give them to her father. These pills become the symbol of responsibility as she takes up the duty of giving the pills to her father in her mother's place. For question number 9, the answer that has been given for question number 4 can be used. Question number 10. Why was the blue chair significant? Explain. The blue chair has a symbolic significance. It was a favorite chair of Minta's mother. She used to sit on this chair. After the death of her mother, Minta is seen sitting on the chair. This tells us that the burden of responsibilities has shifted from Minta's mother to Minta. Minta accepts this role wholeheartedly as she has undergone a change from a carefree teenager to a mature adult. The last question. Explain how Minta knows that her mother accepted death. Why is that knowledge comforting to her? After the death of Minta's mother, she is told by her father to give away her mother's belongings in charity. When she goes into the room of her mother to sort out her belongings, she finds two luggage which were quite heavy. When she opens them, she is surprised to see neatly packed Christmas gifts from her mother for the entire family. This episode reveals the fact that Minta's mother had known about her illness and approaching death. When this knowledge dawns upon her, she is comforted by the thought that her mother accepted her fate bravely and was fully prepared to leave this world. Thank you.